Even the IMF now says that India will rule the world economy. For a full year now I have created video that focus on the positive side of India. The way USA became a superpower is an interesting case study. But around 200 years ago, had someone told you that USA was going to be a superpower, you would have laughed. And your laughter would have been justified, because USA was after all a below-average colony ruled by the British Empire. So now, when I predict that India will rule the world by 2050, please hold your laughter. Because change is a constant thing, and what today is a developing country can pretty much rule the whole world a few decades later. Here are 6 reasons why I believe India will be a superpower by the year 2050. First reason is economic growth. To be honest, Chinese economy is based on foreign investment, while India's growth is increasingly based on a more local economic sector. So if you look for long run, say after 50 years, more efficient economy will always overtake and surpass a large cumbersome inefficient economy. Currently every major multinational company has begun to invest heavily in India and has started to rely on Indian engineers for their next generation CTS. Companies like GM, Boeing, Motorola, Cisco, HP and many others have begun to make their facilities and Asian headquarters in India. And more importantly, India's GDP growth in last half-decade has been over 7% constantly, while China is facing some troubles due to heavy foreign investment failure. So if India maintains this steady growth, it can definitely become second largest economy by 2050. Second reason is diplomacy and smooth international relations. India's diplomatic standing is really good. India has not been involved in international conflicts and has even helped other countries in their critical condition of any kind. Our nation also has a good international reach. It is the 3rd largest contributor to UN peacekeeping forces worldwide. In upcoming decade, as the country's economy and international trade grows strong, maybe India will get what it has been asking for a long time, a permanent seat in the UN Security Council. It would be India's biggest success in terms of diplomatic point of view. On the other hand, unlike 1970 India, the country's foreign policy has been changed dramatically. India has maintained good relationships with its allies and even made some new allies. India has been strategic partner with USA and also keeps relations with Russia, China, Japan, Australia, Europe and the other Middle East countries. Relations with African countries and neighborhood countries as well as with Southeast Asian countries is improving. To me, that is the major point which could establish India as a superpower. Third reason is military power. With defense budget of $54 billion and active military personnel of 1,362,500, India ranks number 4 on the list of top 10 most powerful militaries in the world. Add to it a total of 2,102 aircrafts and a naval strength of 295 and you have a country ready to tackle an military emergency. As I mentioned in diplomacy point, India is gaining new technology and ideas from all over the world, such as 5th generation fighter plane from Russia, while defense drone technology from USA and other technology from Israel. So if India increases the defense budget in next 4 decades, especially in Air Force and cyber and new technology, India definitely can handle any critical situation. Come to the 4th reason, that is population. If handled correctly, this could be a huge advantage for India, as the country has a ton of fresh minds entering the various industry, business, and education sectors. So India is currently land of young population. Having the world's 2nd largest population, approximately 50% of it is below the age group of 24. This gives India a huge workforce base which can last for a good 2 to 3 decades. In the years to come, while some of the strong nations of the world will witness a decrease in populations and thus in turn, a decline in workforce, India will face no such problem. And just a quick trivia, India has the world's largest English-speaking population. Yes, not even UK has that many English-speaking people. 5th reason is stable democracy. Just imagine, if you are a Chinese civilian, having so much restrictions on social life, no freedom of speech, no choice in government, and one-party politics, you can't even take single breath in that land. So on the other hand, that's India's biggest advantage: freedom of speech, freedom of expression, beautiful constitution made for every single citizen of India and by citizen. Being the world's largest democratic republic has its own challenges. Politics plays an important role in the development of any nation, and it holds true for India. So becoming a superpower isn't possible without support of every single citizen of country, and that is only possible by a good democracy. Healthy democracy creates healthy government, and healthy government leads country from developing status to developed. Science and technology is sixth big reason. Prime Minister Modi once mentioned in his speech that India's Mars mission is far more cheaper than a Hollywood film. That's the best example to show extreme talent of our country in science and technology. India is rocking as far as science and technology is concerned. It is already becoming the world's leading producers of computer software. It is also supporting and investing in research and development centers, and is slowly undergoing a revolution in the field of science and technology. Did you know that India was the third nation to establish a national space agency called Indian Space Research Organization (ISRO), the first two nations to do that were Union of Soviet Socialist Republics (USSR) and the United States of America. India is also the fourth country to reach the moon's surface. After these all reasons: artificial intelligence, tourism, history and culture. Industry: Indian broad education system. Both India and China produce 500,000 graduates compared to the 60,000 in the. Out of the 500,000, a better part of them are Indian graduates. So India has the second largest English-speaking population out of the English nations. India's education system has proven to be far more advanced than the Chinese one. Indian Institutes of Technology (IIT) is a globally recognized institution with quality of education and bringing out the engineers and professionals of tomorrow. Currently, India is the second largest producer of engineers, scientists and doctors. Other educational institutions like the Indian Institute of Science (IISc) and the Business School have all set standards as the world benchmark. Meanwhile in China, low English-speaking populations. So with these of the some reasons India can be a world leader.